What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Bowling Guru here, bringing you the Week 6 matchup from the NojoSports Redraft League. Got my New York Football Giants going into this game. I think I'm 3-2, so taking on the San Francisco 49ers. NFC team, but not necessarily a divisional rival. But you know, since they're in the same conference, obviously want to go ahead and try to get the win. So playing a friend of mine. We haven't played that much this year. My man Homicide Legend, big shout outs to him. He's one of those type guys, he's been, kind of a mid-tier player as far as in our leagues for the past few years, but this year he's really stepped it up. Like, he's been practicing a lot, I guess, and been playing a lot more, so that kind of boosted his skill level. Obviously, same thing happened with me, so I knew this was going to be a tough game, but whatever. It's one of those things where, I feel like I can do what I want to do on offense, and it's just a matter of getting my defense to, step up and make some plays for me. So, anyway, y'all can go ahead and check out the video for the footage for the game itself. So, topic of conversation this week, or I guess I shouldn't even say conversation. It's more so a monologue, but that clues me in for next week. Next week, got a special guest that's going to dual com the Week 7 vid, which is that matchup with the Redskins, conference game, divisional game. Redskins, I believe, are 6-0. I think he had already played his game when I had my game of Homicide. So he's 6-0 going into Week 7. Like I said, I was 3-2 going into this game. So, either way, it's still just a big game. Anytime you got a divisional matchup. So got special guest commentary for that game. So anyway, this week, I think I want to talk about something that's been kind of annoying the fuck out of me. I got to be honest, okay? When it comes to the whole league gameplay thing, right, I feel like if you're in a league, it's all about camaraderie, building friendships, building relationships or whatever, playing with a bunch of people, that pretty much all have the same mindset as far as wanting to play the game, more so as, a sports simulation or a football simulation game rather than Madden, the video game. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not taking anything away from the quote-unquote Madden Pros, Problem, IMAV, those guys. But as far as in a league setting, like that kind of gameplay, I don't want to say it wouldn't fit in, but in theory, it wouldn't fit in. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those situations where the conversation always comes up. If in the NFL, if on Sundays, the Eagles or the Patriots, y'all know I'm an Eagles fan, the Eagles could get away with running, I don't know, just, streaks and flats all game, every play, they would. But the problem is, in the NFL, you're playing, you have the best players in the world. They have intelligence. They're not computer AI. So, you know what I mean? It's one of those things where you can't necessarily use that argument. But on the flip side of that same coin, it's one of those things where I've heard people say in the argument that, well, what's worse, the person calling one play over and over, or the person who can't stop one play over and over? So I think that's a pretty funny argument. It's one that I've had. Y'all can definitely chime in with your comments down the bottom. Let me know what you think. But that was something that I kind of wanted to touch on, which actually kind of segues into my next point. Y'all see I have the Madden Champs TV logo at the beginning of all of my videos. Y'all know I have my website, MaddenChamps.com. However, I'm affiliated, or I'd like to say I'm a member of other websites. Now, I don't feel like just because I'm a member of another website, that means that I should not have my own site, or I shouldn't promote my own site. I feel like this, I use my site, my YouTube channel, to promote all the leagues that I'm in and all the sites that I'm a part of. Not for anything other than it's about community. You know what I'm saying? I think YouTube itself is a community. You got Madden communities, and then you have different types. You got the whole Mutt team, the Mutt team community. You've got, the Sim franchises, the freestyle community, the tournament community. You know what I'm saying? So it's all different types of communities. Y'all know I'm a member of TS4L. My man DeRuff, big shout outs to him, DeRuff79. That league is currently on hiatus. But still, like, you know what I mean? Me and DeRuff have had many a conversation. You know, I promote the YouTube channel. Y'all know I sometimes will stream games. So, you know, I'll put the Twitch link up in the chat box on TS4L. Same thing with Madden students. Big, huge shout out to Madden students, Fudgy, Tank, all those guys over there. My man Packy, who did my logo for me. Of course, y'all know my man Kilo, one of the founding members of Madden students. So big shout outs to them. But I'm a member on their website as well. You know what I'm saying? I've gone in their chat box, shoot the shit with people. And, you know, I'll post up, you know, hey, I'm streaming a game, or hey, my site's running a tourney, et cetera, et cetera. And vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Fudgy ran a tournament a few weeks ago. Actually, it might have been more than a month ago now. But, you know, and I mean, I appreciate it. He hit me up and was like, hey, you know, do you mind if I post it on the forums? And my thing is, of course not. You know what I'm saying? I feel like communities are there to help each other grow. You know what I'm saying? Which leads me into where I'm a little pissed off this evening. So, y'all know the dude Headstrong runs the NojoSports website. He runs the NojoSports League. Now, let me give y'all a little more background about this dude, okay? He took over the website is what I should say. The website was founded by my man Legacy of Destiny way back when. Getting into the specifics of it's irrelevant. But either way, it was founded by my man Legacy of Destiny a little while ago with the help from my good friend Tech, who actually is pretty much retired from console gaming. But my man Technical, definitely big shout outs to him. Huge shout outs to him, actually, because anybody that knows me knows Tech can hook me up with more than a few things. So anyway, yeah, so Legacy ended up actually getting a grant and starting his own church. So definitely huge shout outs to him. But what happened was he said, you know, at this point he doesn't have time for Madden and definitely not to be running a website. So basically Headstrong's kind of been doing all the legwork, if you will, of running the league for the past year anyway. He ran it pretty much all of Madden 12 by himself. Well, that's not true. He has an admin team, people that helped him out. But for the most part, you know what I mean, doing the coordinating and stuff. He did it for the most part of Madden 12 all by himself. So when Legacy, retired, I don't want to say it was a no-brainer, but I'll just say, you know, it ended up going, the site and the league, etc., ended up being handed off to Headstrong. Fine and dandy, you know. I feel like that was a good move. You got a guy who's already been doing it. Why wouldn't you go ahead and hand it off to him? Let him, you know, officially do the role that he's been doing unofficially anyway. The problem is some people, in my opinion, I like to preface that with it is in my opinion, but some people just aren't community people. Some people don't belong in front of the franchise, if you know what I'm saying. And I think Headstrong's one of those dudes. He's a good behind the scenes guy. He's, you know, what I would call a worker bee. You know what I mean? That's what he does. He's the type that will spend hours doing spreadsheets, you know, writing up rules and researching all kinds of shit. Like, that's his thing. That's what gets him off. It's nothing wrong with that. You need people like that, in my opinion, especially if you're going to, you know, have a website or be running a league. But the problem is those people don't necessarily translate well to the community. Now, I'll reserve other names. I'll just say, you know, I've talked to other members and had this conversation, and they kind of, I'll just say, I have more than one person that has agreed with me that Headstrong's a good guy as far as running the league, but for lack of a better phrase, he's an asshole. So there it is. I said it. It is what it is. And, you know, he's got a way of just rubbing me the wrong way. So, again, I have my own site. I've told people, you know, hey, you know, I've had openings in a league on my site, or hey, my site's running a tournament. He took it upon himself one day to send me a message on his forums that was titled, "Consider yourself warned." Now, from the rip, that was one where I didn't care what the rest of the message said. I already knew that it was just going to be, you know, fuck you, dude. Like, fuck you mean consider myself warned? You can't warn me. Like, that's just not, I don't respect your warning. How about that? He feels as though me telling people about tournaments or about league openings is considered poaching. Now, I call bullshit on that. You're in a league on another website yourself. you have plenty of people in your league from from the other league. Are you telling me that they just stumbled upon Nojo Sports? No. You probably mentioned to them that you have openings. That's what communities are. That's what people talk about. That's how it goes. You know what I'm saying? So to sit there and say, consider yourself warned, you can kiss my ass. And that was pretty much what I told him in the PM. That's what I told him in the chat box. And that's what I continue to tell him. He feels some kind of way about it. My thing is, personally, I don't really give a shit. I'm not a behind the scenes or, hide behind a PM type person. My thing is, I've always said what I want to say, done what I want to do, done what I want to do. And it's not going to change just because Legacy is no longer on the site. Oh well, there have been times where I've had disagreements with Legacy, with Tech, with Head, and everybody else on the site. It happens. We're all human beings. It's a matter of how you present an argument, in my opinion. That's what will either, give you success, or where you might even be able to make some segue with make some headway with somebody. Or, you can say shit like, consider yourself warned. And, at that point, you're going to have people to just say, oh, well, fuck you, dude. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do. And, at that point, oh, well, he's like, you wouldn't like it if I came on your site and told people that I have a league. Dude, people on my site know you have a league. They know I'm in the league. Like, that's the thing. My thing isn't, oh my God, let me hoard these couple of people. And I want, for you guys to pretend you're living in a bubble and there's no such thing as the internet. He's like, well, if they find it on their own, then that's on them. Then that's something totally different. But consider yourself warned. You're not going to be poaching members of my chat. Eat gat. That's what I say. Eat gat. And, just think about how stupid that is. Why do I want to let them Google it? Fuck it. If they're looking for something else, if they want to find another league, then they're more than welcome to come on over to MaddenChamps.com. If they're looking for, whatever the case may be, a tournament. Nojo is a niche community that focuses on their league, and they do their league well, don't get me wrong, but that's all it offers. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not many tournaments and things like that. So if somebody is saying, like, if my site's running a tournament where we're giving away a copy of a game or giving away, Microsoft points or something like that, why wouldn't I, if I consider them members of Nojo, friends of mine, why wouldn't I let them know? You got a chance. I'm not saying don't ever come to Nojo, leave Nojo, come to Madden Champs, and don't ever go back there. Like, come on. So that's the way he takes it, and that's why my response to him has always been, I don't really give a shit. So, sometimes it is what it is. Sometimes, Mrs. Guru, who you guys have heard, sometimes on Twitch, or maybe even in the background, every now and again on a video, she says, well, you need to be nice, or you could do it a different way. And I do agree. Sometimes I can. But in this particular instance, maybe I could, but I'm not going to, because I don't have to. I feel like it's asinine to think that, people should not be able to play games or be a part of any community that they choose. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's Madden students, Madden champs, wherever. Some of the other sites. I can't think of any other. Madden Mastermind, over there where I'm having them. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid for you to feel like, well, if you're a member there, then, you shouldn't be here, or, I don't want you talking about that site here. Meanwhile, you got your little henchmen posting on other websites, trying to recruit for you for your league and your website. Like, that's just how it goes. Most people, from my understanding, I understand there's a lot of politics in this whole Madden site shit, but in my experiences so far, other than one site, which shall remain nameless, I haven't had any issues with site owners and, any kind of Madden politics. But either way, so I kind of needed something to talk about for this vid. As y'all see, it was a good game. My man Homicide picked me off at the end. 10-point game. I was a little pissed off. I made a lot of mistakes this game. I had trouble with his D, though. He ran, I don't want to say the same D, but he ran the same D from a lot of the game, and I was only able to really attack it with like 2 or 3 plays. The problem is when you're in a sim league, especially in Nojo, and your name's Bowling Guru, if you run the same play like 2 or 3 times, then there's this whole, pitchfork committee that comes out. So, I tried to attack it different ways and ended up throwing a shit ton of picks. I think I had 5 turnovers, he had 4. So that was the story of the game, though. Big shout outs to Homicide. He played a great game. Here's just a matter of running out the clock. I let Reggie Bush do a thing to me. So normally, y'all know I'd give the whole individual stat breakdown. I kind of just left it right here to the overall stats. I was tired, ready to get this video done. So tune in next week for the video, me versus the Skins. I should have it up probably by Thursday. Anyway, Bowling Guru here, Madden Champs TV, signing out. Hit the comments, like button, and subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.